Hello and welcome to digital classes on YouTube channel of Lalbagh Girls Inter College. I am Mrs. Paul and today's lecture is for the students of class 12. I have already introduced lesson 1 of prose to you all in my previous video, that is A Girl with a Basket, written by William C. Douglas. Today we'll discuss the lesson in detail. Children, in 1950, William C. Douglas came to India. His coming to India, the reason why he came to India was that he was actually writing a book on India. And here he came in order to know the actual life of India. What were Indian people like? What did they wear? What did they eat? And especially he was also checking opinions of the people. He was trying to judge them. He was trying to know what was the feel of the pulse of the nation at that time when partition between India and Pakistan had recently taken place. So let us see. I had left New Delhi for the Himalayas. I was going as far as Bareilly by train and then by car to Ranikhet. That is, he was traveling from Delhi to Ranikhet. Till Bareilly he carried on his journey by train and then he took a car. An old British Army hill station located on a 6,000-foot ridge opposite a 120-mile stretch of the snow-capped Himalayas. Snow-capped Himalayas here means the Himalayas or the mountains which are covered with snow, and ridge here means a long mountain range. At every stop, I swung open the door of my compartment and walked the platform. As soon as the train stopped, he just threw open the door of his compartment and he just walked the platforms. The platforms were packed with people, Sikh, Muslims, Hindus, soldiers, merchants, priests, potters, beggars and hawkers. That is, the platforms were very overcrowded and there were all sorts of people there. Almost everyone was barefoot and dressed in loose white garments. Mostly people were not wearing any kind of shoes or slippers and they were wearing white clothes. I would ask at least 3 people before I could find one who spoke English. That is, he had to do a little hunt and he had to look for somebody who could talk to him in English. We would talk world affairs and every major topic the news of the day produced. That is, he had to talk to people. He was talking to people about the world affairs, about the news of the day, and by doing so, he was trying to get a feel of the pulse of the nation. The route lay through one of the richest of India's agricultural areas. This was the plain of the upper Ganga river. That is, his train was passing from a rich agricultural area, and this was in the north of the Ganga region, the Ganga was brown silt, swollen with flooded waters. He's saying that this was the plain of the upper Ganga river, 1,000 feet above the sea level, but it was tropical. Tropical area here means, children, area or land that passes from the Tropic of Cancer. And he's saying that the Ganga was brown silt. That is, silt means here the sand and the mud that overflows out of a river. And it was swollen, its overflow inundating thousands of acres of rice. Inundating means covering a lot of area. That was where the field, where the vegetation and the plantation of rice was done. To the north were jungles. The north side of that place from where he was passing were huge big jungles which were home of wild animals like tigers, elephant, pythons and cobras. This was the place where all kind of wild animals were living. Everywhere else there was flat land running to the horizon. What is the meaning of the word horizon? Horizon means a place where the earth and the sky seem to meet. The air was hot, humid and was moving from southwest. That is, the air was hot and moist. Monkeys, some of them mothers with babies clinging to them, riding underneath. Clinging means sticking very closely to their mothers, and they were riding underneath, and those monkeys were looking for food on the stations. The village we passed had walls made of mud mixed with water. And he's also saying that day the pumpkin vines that grew over them were in bloom. When he was passing, he saw that there was a village in which there were mud walls and huts which were made out of thatched roofs, and the pumpkin vines were in full bloom. The flowers were blooming, they were yellow in color, and streaks of yellow over drab walls he could see, and he liked that. That is, he's saying that a dull brown color which is not very attractive, but the yellow flowers of the pumpkin vines were looking very attractive on them. At one station, my routine of talking with the people was interrupted. As soon as I alighted means got down. As soon as I alighted, a group of young children gathered around me. They were selling baskets, hand woven baskets, reed baskets with simple designs and patterns. They held the baskets high, shouting words I did not know, but conveying unmistakably their desire. Now, these were the children who were shouting. They were trying to sell something. The author is saying, I did not understand their language, but definitely from their gestures and from their body language, I understood that they were trying to sell their baskets to me. Children, we will stop here and we will continue with this lesson in my next session.